Hi, I'm Steve Diggs. Welcome back to Fast Forward Leadership. I'm glad you're with me today. Today I want to talk with you about the anatomy of a conflict. I do a lot of conflict resolution training as I do my leadership presentations, and I've learned over the years that if people cannot resolve conflicts, most of industry, most of the great concepts and projects that we're on are going to suffer very sorely. So I want to talk with you a little bit about how to do this by showing you the anatomy of a conflict. So here's the backstory. This is Lisa and James. Lisa and James both work for a large hotel company. Lisa is the vice president of hospitality. Simply put, it is her job to make sure that the customer experience is a good one. James, on the other hand, James is in accounting. He's the VP of accounting. It's his job to make sure that the numbers work and that there's more money in the bank at the end of the month than there was at the front of the month. That's simply put what their job is. Now, there is an issue that's going on, and it has to do with the guest experience. Of course, Lisa wants to make sure that the guest experience is remarkable. So does James, but they have slightly different positions on this. Lisa's position is make the guest experience great, even if it costs us money, and the money will come back to us. James is more cautious, saying, well, I'm not sure that we can afford to put a lot more money into this, just in the outside hope that it might work out financially for us going forward. And they're in a meeting that day with their boss, Bob Ferguson. Bob finally gets frustrated and says, Lisa, James, I'm going to leave the meeting. I'll come back this afternoon just before I go home at 4 o'clock. And I'm going to walk in this room. I don't want you to leave until I get back. I'm going to walk in this room and I expect some plans and some solutions. Well, the day progresses, and of course, Bob Ferguson is kind of hoping the couple will come to a compromise. But that's not at all what happened. The day progresses, the couple is still in the room. They'd called out at lunchtime for sandwiches. They didn't break huddle. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Bob comes walking down the hallway, looks inside the conference room, and there is Lisa and James. They're both kicked back in their chairs, telling family stories. Bob walks in and says, guys, did you come up with some ideas? And they said, yes, come on in here. And with that, Lisa takes off. She says, listen, Bob, let me tell you what we did. We got to looking at things and we realized that we have more money in our marketing budget than we really need. So we're going to give bottles of water to everybody in every room for free. All we're going to do is private label these with our logo and our data on it. It becomes a marketing thing, won't cost us an extra penny. And James speaks up and says, you know something? Lisa has wanted these upscale sheets and linens on our beds for the longest period of time because they feel better. And he said, I've been pushing back on it because they cost twice as much as what we're buying. But he said, you know something? I got on the phone after you left this morning. I called the distributor, talked with them about it, and they're giving us a guarantee that these sheets and these linens will last at least 3 times as long as the ones we have now, and if not, they will replace them for free. So really, even though they cost twice as much, lasting 3 times as long, it's going to save us money. And with that, Lisa speaks up and she said something else, Bob. You know how I have always wanted to put those cool little hand salts in all the public restrooms? She says, we're going to do it. She said, I called the company that supplies us with those in the guest shop, in the main hall, and she said they've agreed to put these hand salts in all of our restrooms for free. All we have to do is put up a little business card sized placard in front of each one saying you can buy more of these hand salts in our guest shop. And she said, of course, they'll buy them there. We'll make the profit on them. Plus they'll buy other stuff. This is a win-win-win. And with that, they all kicked back. And here's what had happened in this process. What had happened? They learned to ask the right questions. They got below what I call the bottom line. And the curious thing was, when Lisa and James compared their interest, they noticed that even though their positions were somewhat different, their interests were exactly the same. They both wanted customer service to improve, so profits would improve. And this led eventually to consensus. This is the way a great conflict can be resolved. Even though our positions may be radically different, when we really explore things, good-hearted people, more often than not, will realize that their interests really do overlap. My name is Steve Diggs. This has been Fast Forward Leadership. Great ideas at the speed of light. Much more at stevediggs.com. I'll see you.